because if I put it on the web page it won't look more okay. So I'll feather it. The feather can now be 22, let's say 44. Let's look how it is here. Okay, good. Can you see something here? This is what I do. Here is not like corridor, like you'll have to there's something we call transformation. Instead of, let me go to, okay, I don't want to share my screen too much. I believe you cannot see my screen. Please, if you can't, please let me know. So now this is how it is. Now you now go back. Now remember, this image is too sharp. On the web it won't be sharp. So I have something like this. Can you see it? Can you see something now? Are we seeing? Please, if you can, let me just get a, what's it called, a comment under the chat box. So if you can see, if you are following, that will be good, so that you won't be able to, you'll be able to follow. So if you have a question while I'm doing this, it won't look like a magic to you guys. So now I'm done with it. Now let's say, now what am I using here? I'm only using numbers to make it more transparency. 1, this is 1, this is the lowest, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The more I start, the more the number increase, the more it's the transparency become more lighter. Sure, you get my point now. So all you need to do is, but we don't want it to come more brighter, reduce it to 2. So I'm using welcome to. Now I want to write a text. I click on text. This is the T tools. Now it's loading. Let's have this process done yet. So while the image is transforming, let's just follow up. Let's wait. Sorry, please, do you change the transparency? Okay, I said I change the transparency using, immediately I bring the image. The changing to transparency is immediately you click on that image. In Photoshop it is very easier. Just press any number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Immediately you press on 5, 6, it become, let's start from 10. Let's say for example 10 is the highest number. So immediately you press 10, it will be there. 9, it will become more transparency, more going down, that is more fading. 2, 3, 4, 5. Immediately you press 1, it will now become more that okay, how do you feather? That transparency will now become more, little bit transparent. You won't even see it anymore. Sure, you get. Now the feather of a thing, that's how it looks like. Let this thing load. The feather is like this. So immediately you click on feather. I will quickly review that to you, but let's quickly finish it before you can get. I want to quickly get you on how to design first. This design does not take time. Then we'll now go back to one image, remove that image from the initial background to another background. So that is where you will now learn about feather. So now I will now move to writing something. Same to welcome to Nacos Noun website. Welcome to, now this welcome I will have to make it more bigger. It's been a while I've used Photoshop, so that's just one thing, but I think I can do something this night. Okay, you now increase it for those that can see it. Instead of this, can we use the background white? Can we use white? Okay, let's use black and see. Now this is how black is. Now remember I said, okay, I think I'm doing magic here. Let me go back. Now this is a normal tools. If you see, and immediately you are done with typing, go and click. You see here, you have to go and click. Now instead of using tools here in CorelDRAW, his tools are not here at all. So his tools rather are hidden here. You have to double click on this. Now immediately you double click, this will pop out. Now this is where your tools is. Now you click on your color mode. Now you see, now immediately click on color mode, click on this, then you now use, I don't know, depend on, now I think I prefer black.
Red is fine.
The red is fine. Somebody said the red is fine. Okay, what of yellow? Let's see how the yellow looks like. Okay, yellow looks dull, but remember, if it is Nacos design, okay, let's quickly look at this first. What if we can change that background that is white into another color? Now let's look at this. what of black? Okay, let's use black. Does it look cool? Please let me hear your voice, guys. Does it look okay? Let's look this black. How does it look?
It's still cool.
It's still cool. Okay, let's look cool.
But black is okay.
It's too cool.
It's too cool. Yeah, now
Black is okay.
okay, let's use, now we are done with the black. Now let's make sure our welcome to will now be white. Let's look at that. Let's look at white. Can we look it? Can we see it now? Like it's becoming more good. Okay, now we can now write Nacos Noun webs. Let's say a company. Welcome to Nacos Noun. Nacos Noun. Okay, now you remember it's too small, so immediately you are done with your Nacos Noun, increase it, which is Control T. The T stands for transformation, so just increase it, enter. Okay, bring it here. Now what if we use this instead of black? Let's quickly look at something. It is try, everybody will just trying to put more when you are using your tools. I'm coming. Let's look at these tools. This looks cool. Okay, but I think I prefer that former one. Okay, let's use our color. Instead of, we can now use white. Let's use white here too. So that white, welcome to Nacos Noun website. Now this is how it is. That welcome, instead of becoming more bigger, let's lower it a little bit. This is the website, remember. Welcome to Nacos Noun. Now we can now have what we call, we are done with that. Let's write the home that is on our website. There's something we call home. Home. Let's click on this. Let's put it here. Home. I think I'm making sense, guys, if you are with me.
Yes.
Now on the website, you remember that we used to have home page. Remember now, home, contact us, about us, all those things. I don't know if you guys remember that. So let's zoom in very well so that you guys can see my screen. Control plus if you want to zoom. Control plus. So home, Control D. That is, I want to, now instead of in corridor, there's how we do this. If you want to double your text, in other one you will use what's it called, another how do I put this? So in like corridor, now if you want to double, let me say double a text, you will use Control D. But in Photoshop you use Control J. Is it Control J? Yes, Control J to double. Let's see now. I didn't even know, maybe I forgot it. It's been a while I've used it. Okay, yes, I'm right. But you can change your prefix key here now. Where's my prefix key? It's been a while. Okay, prefix key is generally, that is, you want to change, instead of coming to press Control D for this and that and this and that, you can change your shortcut. That is, you can customize it. Instead of Control D should be Control J should be double. You might not what's it called, let me just remember on time. So you now customize that. Control D, I want it to be double. Control B, I want it to be bold. Control D, this is how you customize your own key yourself. It's not like corridor that has a static preference key. I mean the preference key rather. So now the home, we can now say contact us. Let's edit this to contact us. Home, about us. About us. No, I think we have, after home is what? Can somebody tell me after home? Can we have any other thing? What can we have here? Home, contact us. Home, okay, let's say Control J. Here we can have student portal. Student portal. So there should be space here. So instead of remember self, go back to the home. let's go to the student portal. Contact us should be more. So here we can have this how do they put this? Okay, the home, click on it, let there be space. Now the space of what I'm talking about is this. So here we can have this. We have the student portal. The student portal can now move beside. Under the student portal we can have something more simple again. Another one, I think we are coming with something. Contact us. You can have control T. You can have something correct. Photoshop is not like all this corridor too. Very simple. Okay, now move it. Control D. Remember, control J rather. You move your contact us. This is how it is. And about us. Here we can have about us. About us. Good. Let's clear this up. Or here we can have, and we have login here. Login. Okay, I don't know if you are making a sense here now. Can you guys see it now? Can we see? Can you see we are doing something here? Now somebody say event. Okay, let's write instead of, let's write event instead of, okay, say event. Okay, then let's say, can we write event here? So that is, you are coming up with a website. So you want to develop a website, you come out
Email.
so here we now have events. Somebody say event. Now you now have to balance your,
About email.
okay, let's quickly shift this by ourselves. Events, contact us. This is not like Photoshop, like corridor. You will just click on it and start moving. No, you have to find your layers. These are layers. So until you start clicking on layers, normally in corridor you just move your, just click on this. Can you see, like, okay, let me say for example I want to move this welcome to. Now immediately I click on this welcome to, it's not like it won't move until you click on the one you want to move. You can't just click on this contact us, it won't move. You have to go and click on the layer which you want to move first. Then I'll drag it a little bit. Okay, now I think I will have to do something more simpler this night so you guys can get it now. So I think we have done something. So now welcome to Nacos Noun. Can you see, like, it's coming like a website? Can you see it now? What we can now have is but I don't want us to waste more time, but you can see what I've done so far on this place. So like, is you want to start a website, you can start with something more good, like very simple, like you won't even have to waste much of your time. It is very simple. So let's just have something like that. I'm coming. Let me just, okay, let me, now we will be moving to, without wasting much of our time, let's move image. That is tracing image out of the initial background. There's more to Photoshop. That's another thing. There's more, a lot to Photoshop. It's not just something like you rush in and rush out, but I'm telling you what you can do. Sure, you get what you can do. Condition is already on. I'm coming. So now I think during that process, let's go back to Photoshop. Now we are done with this. As if you want to design a website in Photoshop, let's go back. Now we want to remove a image out of the initial background. Now let's locate a image you want to trace out of a background. I think I'm done with this, all this image before. I'm looking for image you want to trace out of a background. I think I was given a image yesterday. So let's quickly use that sample. Intro. Okay. We'll be using that sample to let me quickly locate image out. I'm trying to get image out of this place. Okay, let's use this image. It might stress a lot, but we need to use it. Are we looking at this image? Can you see my screen now? Okay, let's quickly.
Yes, sir.
Now remember, for us to trace this lady out of the background, that is, we need to, before we can do anything, can you see it now? This is the error. So what are we not doing right? Can somebody tell me? Why is it not?
We haven't unlocked the layer. We haven't unlocked the...
Exactly. So to do that, click on it. It says layer 0 and blah blah blah. You can give it a name. Here, Nacos, just say, or Nacos. That the name will. Now I want to trace it out of that background. For those that can follow me, you can use these tools. That is the polygon. Wait, oh shit, I'm recording this session. Okay, good. We can use the polygon tools. This is the polygon tools here, and for those that can see, it's called polygonal lasso tools. So these are the tools you will use how to trace out of background. Now let's start this session. For those that can see it, now we move. I might not be able to trace professionally, but I think I will put you guys through. For those that can see my screen, good. Because of our time, but I will trace something more perfect for you guys. So when you are tracing, the most funny thing is that when you are tracing a picture out of the background, immediately you click, let me just say, you cut out of their cloth. That is when you are tracing out of the background. They might not know. People will not know that you cut the cloth, because the cloth is a cloth. Remember. Now, when you mistakenly cut out a person, that is maybe from the skin, the face, or something, somebody else around the skin, people will definitely know that you did a mistake here. So you need to zoom in to see what you are doing here. So once you zoom in, you should be able to see what you are doing. Okay, go back, see it very well. Now this is the issue. You just have to bring it, because the attachment at times then a while, but no problem. Cover it up, trace it up, cover everything. You need to be fast. That's another thing, because if you are not fast enough, the thing might dismiss everything you've cut so far. It might just within the seconds, which you might not like. That is, you have to be fast enough. If I move in out of this place, like I want to go back to another, maybe I went, let me just say I need to go back to the desktop. I can't move back down to the desktop. Immediately I go back to the desktop now, during this time, it will just start from the beginning. So it's better you just finish what you want to do before you can go back to the desktop. You can see what I'm doing here. I hope you can see my screen. Oh, please, if you can't, let me know.
We can see, sir. We can see.
Okay.
We can see.
Now you see it now. So go. Good. Let's go. So now I'm done with everything. Now then you have to go, and you just have to go back to where you start before to go and join it, or else if you just double click like this, the thing will restart. So it's better you just go and just make sure you join it together with where you started from. Pap. This is it. This is how it is. Can you see now? This session. Can we see? It's on.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, let me quickly. Why is it not showing yet? Is it? Okay, now I'm done with. Now this is where some people were asking me, say how do I do this feather? The feather is very important. Now the difference between when it comes to feathering that you guys don't know is that with the help of feathering your image, if you do not feather, they will know that this image was cut. But if you feather, there will be this transparency along where you've cut so far, so like okay, people won't be able to trace it at all. But now if it is a picture, this is 44, immediately I use 44, it will spoil the image. Why? The feather radius is too much, so it is advisable you use like 5. Enter. Now can you see it now?
Yes, sir.
Can you see that that background, initial background, is not there anymore? This is what we've gotten so far. You now go back. Now deselect the feather. You can see something is moving around. That is the feather. Just deselect so that you won't see anything there again. Now this is good. Then this is the whole image. You can see it now. This is the whole image. Now find a good background that you want to put it. Maybe let's say I want the image to be here. Now this is what I need to do. Just drag this image here and drag this down. Then you now have the full things of what you are doing. Just reduce the image so that it will fit into where you are, where you want it to be. Okay, we can even move to, we are building a website before. Let's move down. Let's see it now. Okay, Ctrl Z, Ctrl T, remember to transform. So for people not to see what we are doing, we can easily stroke the back design. Stroke, why is stroke here? Just stroke it to a white design. Can you see it now? Can you see what we've done so far? So can we see? If you want, you can even feather Can you see? This is 10. 9 is the highest. I think this is it. Can you see my screen? So I think, can anybody, maybe anybody have a question? Please let me know. Anybody? I want to believe we get this so far. So now, without wasting much of our time, now that is, you can use Photoshop to create an image that it will be very, very good for you to design image with. And that is why Photoshop is a base illustrator design that gives you the exact of what you want to do. But CorelDRAW is mainly meant for curve design. Okay, are you saying like CorelDRAW can, or Photoshop cannot create a curve design? No, it can, but it can never be a software that is based on that is based on curve design. That's why I say there's difference between Photoshop. You can't use most of your picture. You can't just edit your picture in CorelDRAW. No, but you can edit a good picture in Photoshop, and that is what Photoshop is meant for, picture manipulation. Now let me say, for example, this is her head and I want to cut that head off. Now CorelDRAW is not good in that. This is how I do my own. Let's zoom it very well to see what we are doing. Now I would have to do this something like that. So now I'll have to chop that head off. Are we seeing? And we see this.
Yes, sir.
So very simple.
Yes, sir.
That is, you've chopped the head so far. If you can see, you see that we've chopped the head so far, and that's nothing else again. So that is how Photoshop is. Like, it's good in manipulation. CorelDRAW rather is not really good in all this. Wait, please, a minute. Let me quickly. Put this. Okay, now going back. So I don't know if anybody have question. We don't have time to waste. I don't know if you have a question, please kindly notify me, let me know now. Anybody? Anybody? Is it like everybody understand what I did so far now? Okay, I want to believe maybe it seems like everybody understand. So if you are given a task to perform on how you can edit Photoshop on Photoshop. Now how many people have used CorelDRAW before here? If you have used CorelDRAW, please say hi to me, let me know. CorelDRAW, if you have used CorelDRAW before, let me know. Anybody? You have used CorelDRAW before? Can we hear from you? CorelDRAW. Nobody has used CorelDRAW before.
I have.
So, okay, I think that's good. That's the coordinator. Okay, Amina Ladi, are you there? Amina Ladi, are you there? I think that's Miss Amina Ladi. If you are there, let me know, please. Okay, I think. Okay, Chidi Eluke, are you there? Chidi Eluke. Okay, I don't think these guys are here. Okay, but I think if you guys get my point very well now, you will notice that we've chopped this head. No doubt, we've chopped the head. Now you need to know that to do all these things is very simple. You know, there are some designs so you will see and you feel like, wow, I love this, wow, I did this, I did that. Now that's why I said to do all these things, you can now to bring the head back. Can somebody see what I can do to bring that head back? I'm just Control Z. Now this is how it is. We've chopped the head, and for us to bring that head back, okay, delete. Okay, we don't have choice here. So here I think I'm able to put one or two things through tonight. So if you have to go back onto the website, this is how it is. This is how you can do it. But I think the best thing you can ever do in Photoshop is manipulation. I don't know if anybody has traced the image out of the background here. Because of the website, since it's a website, you can't be chopping somebody's head. Sure, you get. You can't say you can't just say this is a website. Remember, this is a website. You don't need somebody. You only need maybe somebody that here I think on the website they can, let's say we want to break somebody now, let's remove her from the website. Now we've deleted the image. Now what we do, let's say here we want to input contact us, bring what we do, about us, Control Z, Control J. Now about us, here we can have about us. Now about us, that is who we are. Now that who we are can be in capital letter, who we are. Now under who we are, we can have a design. I don't know, you can bring something from, you can create something self. What are we saying? Just go to the rectangle, and we have a rectangle here, click on it, you see it now. Can you see it now? Now we can have okay, a white design, a background. Now I think we can have a stroke around, or instead of even that stroke self, why can't we under here we have different what's it called, then we can have something like this, and we have shape. The shape can now be like okay, let's go back to here. The shape can have parts. If you are drawing a part, that means you don't want any shape. But if you are picking a shape, but now let's pick a shape. Now it's not like we can't use it. I think we have different tools here, safe. Yeah, and just custom tools. Now under the customs, you will see all these things here. Now let's click on this. I think we have many. We have frame. We have different okay. But we are not using this, so we can just go to Fort online. We can just go online and download, but don't let us waste our time. Create a stroke with it, then that stroke should be white. If you are coming up with something beautiful, that stroke, and this white should be in white also, or green, because of Nacos. Since Nacos is made up of green, you can just use, or if you don't have something like that, just then this, we need something white instead of this. Who we are now, under this who we are, you can have this, you can bring this who we are down there. Now you can see that you are not even seeing that text. Now that text has to be in front. Then you can just bring this up, pop, then increase this, who we are, then you write your text, blah 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 blah. But you can feather that. Instead of that image showing, you can reduce the contrast. Can you see it? Reduce the contrast. Instead of the sharpness, you just reduce it to 3, and you write what they are doing. Now under here we can have anything you want to do. The vision, I think here should be vision. Here should be vision. Here we can have mission. Here should be mission. Good. Then with that, we can have mission, which is the, or we write vision here. Vision. Then I think here we have double S already, so vision. Are we done with vision? So I think we have to run this session of vision. Okay, this is the vision. Then you can just bring this here, write all your content. Okay, I really missed a lot. Okay, let's say now I'm done with mission. I think everybody can see my screen, please. If you can, let me know. So let's write something about mission. Now I want to copy this content instead of my time on this session. Now the content should be, mission can be, let's copy a content. Now we can have this on the Photoshop. Okay, but if you like, why can't we even make this triangle, I mean this, yes, the rectangle rather, white? Let's see how it looks like instead of using green. It is about design, no? So under that design we can have this. Then we now have, what do you want to write there? The mission. Then we paste what we've done so far. It can just be avec. Please, if you have a question, let me know. Let me just say, you drag this. This is your mission. Your mission can be changed to color. Either you pick from the color we are using. Don't come and be using any color. So let's choose white. Is white okay? Is white okay? Please let me know if it's not okay. If it's not okay.
It's okay.
Now let's have, So I think let's just done with this. There's a lot to cover in Photoshop. Photoshop is not that free. It takes time to design. So I think we can reduce something. Okay, now this is how it is. We can reduce the hide the mission. That mission can download a button. Because of our time, I'm just trying to be fast. Okay, this is your mission, and Control J. You can just come here and drop your vision. Control T and do something like this. Now under that mission, you can create a button. I think there's some people that used to create some button like this, something like this. You remember? And just create down your make sure that layer comes down. I think so this is how it is. I think I'm making sense now. Control J. Sure you can see me now. Can you see it now? Are we doing something more? Okay.
Yes, sir.
I think okay. So to make it more more reflective, you can actually hide a shadow under those triangle. This is where your shadow is. You can see when you are seeing this, you will know. For you to see my mission, I wish I can easily put you through how to create a GIF, but okay. Now this is how it is. Can you see now something is changing under that vision?
Yes.
So you can easily do something like this. So okay, good. Enter. Then can just, instead of even doing another thing, delete this. Control J. Go back and can see it now. Now these are what we have. I think we now have to stop here because of this. Control Z. We have to stop here. So now, based on what we've done so far, can anybody just give us what we've, maybe if you have a question, please let me know. Any question? I'm expecting question from you guys. Any question? No question. I think everybody gets this clearly.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, evening.
Yeah, as you were designing, thank you. And then this looks like a website so far.
Okay.
So my question here is that after finishing your design in the Photoshop, so how can you write your source code? Like if you're using HTML,
How can I what?
like HTML. Since I'm designing a website,
Okay. Like you are talking about, you know that this is how do I put it? You know that this is just a illustration of the website you want to build. Now the illustration is just an illustration before you start coding. I don't know if you get my point. This is just before you start coding. This is what you need to do before you start coding, because it is very important. You need to address this. So if you don't know how to do this, you might not be able to do something, because after you are done with this, you will now start coding what you've designed. I don't know if you get my point now. It is until you are done, then you now start coding. Now this has nothing to do with code at all, but this gives you the visual of what you want to do. This gives you the sample of, okay, this is how I want my website to look like. Now if I want to code now, this will be the well using this will be the sample of what you want to do. I don't know if you get my point, Sha. I don't know.
Yeah, I have. What I'm asking is that if I have this thing, like my Photoshop done, so how can I link it with HTML page so that it will be working the same thing?
Like how can you link this to
Yeah,
your
with my HTML page.
okay. Sure, you know that first of all you need to program each of these content. Welcome to Nacos Now, vision, mission, one by one.
I know.
Because this is a image, remember.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that is if you want to start, if you are using HTML, you need to know that I will start from the doc type, the h1, the paragraph, the everything. That's where you need to start. I wish I can start those sessions tonight with you guys, but that it has actually taken our time. It has actually taken our time.
Okay.
I believe by any of our session coming up, we will talk about how you can start coding with HTML. This is just a pure graphic design class. The reason why we can't move out of this is because there are some people, they run from code. Remember, they believe code is not easy to write. So for them to start writing all these things and start moving to code, they don't like it. Anything code, they don't like it. It's not their way, it's not their calling. So that's why we say that in graphics you can do something amazing. You don't have to start stressing yourself all through. You can do something in CorelDRAW, in Photoshop, become a designer, and it will be like, wow, I love this. So that is what you need to know. In web, you are moving out of graphic design. That is those that God has gifted to know more about IT generally. For those that are not limited, that is, if you know that code is not my way, please maintain some things in graphics. Come to graphics, there will be a lot of things you can do. So that's just what I can attach to that. So any question, please?
Thank you.
You're welcome, sir. You're welcome, sir. Any question, please, before we close the session? So I think my question is outside this meeting, what type of laptop? Okay, the meeting, somebody say what kind of laptop is okay for graphic design? What should I look into before buying sorry, let me just quickly specification. Laptop. Okay, now somebody say for which specification can I get when it comes to doing graphics? It's okay, you know, all these things, they are very good. The most important spec is looking at the graphic design. At least your operating system, at least you must have like 4 gig RAM. It's okay, you will be able to do something. 4 gig RAM, yes, you'll be able to do something. And at least have like 500 hard disk. If at least for those that are still managing, you can still get up to this 4 gig RAM. And at least if your graphics card is okay too, it's very very important. If you get that one, it's quite okay, but make sure at least 4 gig RAM. 4 gig RAM, at least don't use 2 gig RAM. And remember, if you are using all these things, if your graphics is becoming more heavier, like if your graphics is becoming more tough and looks higher, that you won't even enjoy it. You won't even enjoy it at all. You feel like, wow, this is I didn't even enjoy it at all. So that was because your specification of your system, the specification rather, is not really good. So if you have like 8 gig RAM, wow, you will enjoy it. 8 gig RAM, you will enjoy it very well. You have it, that shows it. So buying a personal laptop, you need 4 gig RAM and at least 500 hard disk. And if you have a Q i5, it's okay. All those things like that. So any question, please? So that's just it. Thank you very much, Mr. Victor. You're really welcome. So any question, please, before we close down this session today? Thank you very much, every guys. I really appreciate everybody that joined today's session. By the opportunity you guys gave to me, I'm the Nacos Now National President, and I'm opportunity to take this session to give you guys my time and for you to learn from one or two things. And I believe tomorrow we should be doing crypto. Okay, I think for those that love crypto, we have to do something like that. Crypto. Don't move to graphics again. We don't move to. We don't move. We don't. We don't move to grow. Let's do something crypto. Outside cryptocurrency and something we need to know about the foreign exchange and some things in graphics, Bitcoin. Let's do something session tomorrow and it will be good if we have something more important on that. Crypto is very much, everybody wants to make money, everybody wants to have money. Why can't we have something like that tomorrow? So our facilitator tomorrow is also ready for us. It's also ready. So if you are not a registered member, I beg register. Mr. Isaac Aderinto, is it Mrs.? I don't know. Are you there? Please unmute your device. Please unmute your device if you are there. So, and if you've not registered as a member, so kindly do that, please.
I am.
Yeah, Mr. Isaac, we can hear you clearly.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah.
Good evening.
So, have you registered as a member?
Not yet.
So
But I
please,
will.
please kindly do that for us, please. It's very, very important.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. So thank you very much once again, guys. I really appreciate your effort. I really clap for everybody that joined today's session. Thank you for making it a wonderful session so far. Thank you.